welcome back to my Astro Imaging Journey channel. Well, I had a couple good nights of imaging this weekend, and last night, unfortunately, it was clouded over all night long, so yeah, didn't get anything done last night. But as you can see, tonight, Monday night, will be pretty clear. At least that's the forecast for now, until about 3 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully we can get a good set of images taken. I think, let me look at the ephemeris here, and yes, the moon isn't setting until after midnight. We should be able to start imaging about 7 o'clock if I get home in time. I did finally secure a job a couple weeks ago, so I'm back to the workforce and having to adjust my imaging around that, but that's a good thing. Yep, moon comes up around 207, and it's 35% now. Could I image galaxies with the moon at 35%? Probably. Will I get a little bit of moon cast? Maybe. So let's see what targets I have lined up. I've already gone through and checked the times here. So we have the Horsehead Nebula from 7 to 9:20. That one's been a pain in my butt. Bode's Galaxy until 2:10 when the moon is rising. But I only need 40 more subs on that, so an hour and a half. So it won't. That one will definitely kick off probably before 10 o'clock when a Horsehead's scheduled to stop. Finish before midnight. And then we have the Cigar Galaxy. It's going until 2:10. It's right next to Bode's. So once Bode's finishes, it should go over to the Cigar Galaxy. And I probably could do a couple more galaxies after that, but I want to finish up the Jolly Roger and kick the can. As you can see, kick the can. I got about 80 minutes left to go on that. And Jolly Roger, about 2.5 hours. So, you know, if all goes well, I should be able to get most. I still need a lot of time on that one, but I should be able to complete Bode's, maybe the Jolly Roger. What time does that one end? Oh, Jolly Roger's not going to happen tonight. It's just in there as a placeholder, because it'll end before the Cigar Galaxy ends. So kick the can. So hopefully Bode's and kick the can will be done tonight. And then we will try to get some M53. Yeah, till 5:30 when the sun starts coming up. Let's go back to our ephemeris, and as you can see, 5:48 is when the Astro Dawn starts. And this one, if you notice, everything else has been at 1600 ISO. So I want to try to do this target at 800. I'm going to see what type of data I can get on that at 800. See if it helps out any. I think 1600 might be pushing it right now with my scope, but we'll see. I mean, stuff's been coming out pretty nice, but I just want to see if I can get a little bit better. So with that, I'm going to, I think I'm going to let that be. I'm going to head off to work, and then we'll see what happens tonight. So hopefully I'll be back here in a little bit as far as the video is concerned, and we'll have something going. Alright, and welcome back. I am back from work, and let's see if we can get the sequence going. So bear with me for a few minutes here, and yeah, let's see what we can do tonight. Okay, and now that we've got guiding established, we're going to do a little bit of autofocusing. Let's see how that goes. Okay, as you can see, the focusing is done. Well, nearly done. Not the cleanest curve. That's okay, it'll find a good focus point anyways. And we should be starting our sequence here in a few seconds. And we are imaging. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'll be back if there's any significant changes. See you in a bit. Alright, looks like things are progressing pretty well. So we're going to let this continue on. As you can see, I'm getting some alright data. I won't say great data, but it's data of the Horsehead Nebula. Looks like we got a few good frames in here. I'm not sure what happened on my tracking on a couple of these. Maybe the wind picked up. It's hard to say. But yeah, I'll pause again. See you in a bit. Well, as you can see, the clouds kind of moved in. And the R5 target night might be a bust. The weather data said it was supposed to be clear all night long. Wonder what happened there. But yeah, I'm definitely having to throw some of these out. But I'll pause again, see if we can get anything more. Alright, time for target number 2, the Bode Galaxy. You know, one of the things I really love about SGP, don't have to do all this craziness manually. Much respect to those that were doing it before all this automation came around, because I don't know if I'd have a patience for it. But let's see what we got here. We've already slewed. Checking framing, making sure it's centered. Found a solution. It's a little bit off. Yeah, 14,000 pixels off. Not sure what's up with that. Hopefully that doesn't cause us a problem later on. But for now, it seems to be working. Let's see what else we get here. See if it does any better. Yep, got within my 250 margin of error, 250 pixels that is. You know, some people with the refractors, they like to run 50 pixel margin of error, but I've found 50 is just way too tight. 250 is pretty good, you know, because we're at 1960 on the focal length, so we got to loosen that, some of these things up just a little bit, due to that longer focal length. But now we're going to refocus. I'm going to pause, and let's see what our first frame looks like when we come back. Alright, we got our first frame, and stars look alright. So let's let this thing run. Tracking's working pretty well. Kind of drifting right now, I'm not sure why. That frame number 2 is probably going to have to be thrown away due to elongated stars, but that's okay. We're going to collect a couple extras anyways. But yeah, let's pause again, and I'll be back. Alright, looks like we've completed the Bode's Galaxy, at least the imaging that I wanted to get done tonight. That should complete the 8 hours that I want. A couple of the frames are going to be thrown out, but I should still have enough data. So now we're going to its little neighbor, the Cigar Galaxy, and margin of error still further than what I thought it would be, but that's okay. Just make sure we get centered. And so far this thing's been rock solid as far as getting these things centered, so and adding that plate solver, went through that a few episodes ago. That's definitely saved some time when it's coming to centering and not having to upload to astrometry.net. But again, second try, got it up going. So I'll be back after the first frame and let's see what we got. Well, as you can see there real quick, yeah, clouds move back in, and we're not imaging right now. So we're just going to let it sit here, and hopefully the clouds move back out and we can get back to imaging, but can't control the weather. See you in a little bit. Okay, well, the clouds are just not moving away. So while this thing's running in the background waiting for the clouds to move away enough for auto guiding to kick back in, why don't we go into PixInsight and blink those images from the Horsehead Nebula, and let's just go ahead and at least get them taken care of and moved up to my NAS, so I can at least have that done and I don't have to worry about it at a later date and time. So I'm going to speed up the video once I process it. Now, I'm not going to rehash what I already discussed in the episode 22 processing series. Basically all I'm doing here is just making sure that visually things aren't washed out, no severely elongated stars, and I'm not going to rehash that, so I'm just going to speed this back up once I process it, and I'll be back. Alright, now that Horsehead's done, let's go ahead and blink the Bode's Galaxy Again, hopefully this is all we need for that, but you never know. So let's go through and just inspect these images and see what we got. Alright, I was going to try to do a quick subframe selector on Bode's, make sure we had all the data we needed, but it looks like maybe PHD2 has reported that it can start tracking again. The graph doesn't look that great, but let's see what we got, and hopefully, crossing my fingers, we'll have something come along. Let's see what we got. Alright, I can just tell by that plate solver image there was no stars. So clearly clouds have moved back in. That's going to fail. So I'm back to the subframe selector. I'm going to pause the video because you know, even loading in 40 frames is going to take a little bit, and rather than trying to speed up the video, I'm just going to go ahead and pause, and I'll be back when it's about done. Alright, we're almost done here. Should be, yep, there we are. Now we're just going to remove some of the ones that just clearly the values are way out there. Stars are bloated or elongated. You know, just poor quality, signal to noise. You know, all the things that over time we learn about you know, when we're looking at those things like full width half max and SNR ratio and all that, we just learned that they're you know, they're not good frames. So I've already moved them out, and I'm going to be moving them into my approved directory here in a couple minutes. So I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, well, 5 target nights a bust. You know, as much as I try to predict the weather, just wasn't happening tonight. Ended up just being too cloudy. Couldn't track, couldn't get quality images. Did get 2 of the targets in, Horsehead and Bode's, and it looks like I was able to complete everything I needed for Bode's. So I'm just going to do a real quick processing on it. I'll record the whole session and fast forward through it at like 2,000% speed. But let's see, just with a quick processing, what I can get out of this. And then I will revisit at a later date and time when I have more time and see if I can do a better, higher quality job. So let's see what we got. Okay, hopefully I really sped that up. It's been about 3.5 hours now. Ooh. But yeah, I kind of like it, but I kind of don't like it. Like I said, it's a pretty quick processing, just to see what type of data I have. Looks like I got a decent amount of data, definitely workable. I'm just going to have to take my time, try a few things, do some things different, but I think I've got good enough data that I can make a really nice image out of this. I'm not going to do that today. I'll do that at a later date and time. Maybe even make it into another video series if I can get the process locked down a little bit better. But yeah, I like the data I got. Not too keen on this particular image, but it's about envisioning what can be there. And yeah. So with that, I think I'm going to say goodnight. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell if you want notified, and clear skies. Have a good one.